This morning, 3 defendants were convicted of committing federal hate crimes in connection with the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. On February 23, 2020, Mr. Arbery was targeted, chased, shot, and killed while running on a public street. Today, a jury of the defendant's peers unanimously found beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendants acted because Mr. Arbery was black. The defendants' actions and the racism that fueled them have inflicted enduring trauma on Mr. Arbery's family, his friends, his community, and communities across the country. My heart goes out to his parents, Ms. Wanda Cooper Jones and Mr. Marcus Arbery Sr., for the unimaginable loss they have endured. Upon its founding, after the Civil War during Reconstruction, the Justice Department was tasked with bringing to justice those who used terror and violence to prevent black Americans from exercising their civil rights. The white supremacists who carried out those acts assumed that they could operate outside the bounds of the law. Modern federal hate crime laws have enhanced the Justice Department's authority to prosecute violent acts motivated by bias. Throughout our history and to this day, hate crimes have a singular impact because of the terror and fear that they inflict on entire communities. The Justice Department does not investigate or prosecute people because of their ideology or the views they hold, no matter how vile. But the Justice Department does have the authority and will not hesitate to act when individuals commit violent acts that are motivated by bias or hate. No one in this country should have to fear the threat of hate-fueled violence. No one should fear being attacked or threatened because of what they look like, where they are from, whom they love, or how they worship. And no one should fear that if they go out for a run, they will be targeted and killed because of the color of their skin. The Justice Department has a legal obligation to prosecute hate crimes. And as Americans, all of us have a moral obligation to combat the hatred and bigotry that motivates those crimes. Today's verdict makes clear that the Justice Department will continue to use every resource at its disposal to confront unlawful acts of hate and to hold accountable those who perpetrate them. I want to thank the members of the Civil Rights Division, the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Georgia, and the FBI for their work on this case. I also want to thank the jurors for their service and the state authorities, including the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, that assisted in this prosecution. Although we welcome the jury's verdict, the only acceptable outcome in this matter would have been Mr. Arbery returning safely to his loved ones 2 years ago. His family and his friends should be preparing to celebrate his 28th birthday later this spring, not mourning the 2nd anniversary of his death tomorrow. Ahmaud Arbery should be alive today. Thank you. I'll take a few questions.
Attorney General, if I may switch gears to Ukraine, what can the Department of Justice specifically do to help the Biden administration with this situation in Ukraine? Then I have a follow-up on Ukraine.
Well, as you know, the Justice Department has both law enforcement and intelligence responsibilities, and we are members of the National Security Council. And that's all I can say about it right now.
And there are reports that there are videos that are coming from that part of the world that are fake, that are doctored. Does the Justice Department have a responsibility to legally investigate something that could change the outcome? I mean, you're briefed on some of this stuff.
Look, we have, for many years, expressed concern about malign influence and those kind of matters without referring to them in specific, and the Justice Department does have a role, but that's all I can say for now.
Wanda Jones, who you mentioned, said at a press conference after this verdict that was in that essentially justice was served because the family pushed in court to have a judge reject this plea deal. That's the only reason justice was served. What's your response to that? And then on a sort of unrelated topic, last week the National
Wait, can we
Archives—
do one question?
Yeah, we'll start with that.
Thank you. On your first question, I cannot imagine the pain that a mother feels to have her son run down and then gunned down while taking a jog on a public street. My heart goes out to her and to the family. That's really all I can say about this.
If I could ask an unrelated question. Last week, the National Archives revealed that it found classified information in 15 boxes of documents stored at Mar-a-Lago. Is the Justice Department investigating to determine how that classified information got there and who might have accessed it?
So as the archivist said in a letter that was sent to the Congress, the National Archives has informed the Justice Department of this and communicated with it. And we will do what we always do under these circumstances, look at the facts and the law and take it from there.
What does that mean, you're investigating? What do you mean what you always do?
Oh, yeah, hi. Thanks for doing this press conference.
Sure.
Last July, the Justice Department had there was a research report that went out which said that over the past 2 decades, the DOJ has declined to prosecute 82% of the people who are suspected of hate crimes. Why is this case today differently? Why is it? What does this case say about your path going forward? Why has it been so difficult in the past to secure convictions? And also, do you think now in hindsight that entering into a plea in this case would have been a mistake in light of today's victory? And then I have one other question after that.
That's a threefer. Your second one was just asked over here, and you can write down the same answer I gave on that one. On the first question, look, every case is decided on its own merits. We've done a number of hate crimes prosecutions already in the last 2 years, and we will continue to bring those cases where we have the facts and the law on our side. Now you have a third question.
Does the Justice Department have any concerns with, just hypothetically, bringing charges against a former president, which has not been done before? Is that something on the table?
Yeah, so A, I don't answer hypotheticals, and B, I can't make any comments about whether we have investigations or not. This is our standard practice to not answer those kinds of questions. Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.